What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to compare the browser speed and the features of the two devices on your screen. On the left I have iPhone 5 and on the right I have the new Blackberry Z10. I'm going to compare both the speeds of the browser, the features and the overall experience of browsing the web on both of these devices. The screen of both of these devices are very similar in quality because both are using LCD screen. However, the Z10 has a slightly bigger screen, 4.2-inch screen as compared to 4-inch screen of iPhone 5, and it also has more pixel per inch, which means it has higher PPI as compared to an iPhone 5. iPhone 5 has 326 PPI and Z10 has 356 PPI. If I bring up close both of these devices, both looks very sharp and almost similar on the camera, but in person you can tell just a little bit difference that Z10 will appear slightly sharper than an iPhone 5. But the difference is very minor. The colors of the screen for the most part are very similar to each other. However, on some colors you will see that Z10 will be slightly more saturated than an iPhone 5, which is not essentially a bad thing. Actually, most people like slightly saturated colors, especially on their devices, the mobile devices. So the screen actually looks more vivid and colorful. It's a personal preference of a person. The iPhone 5 screen is narrower and has different aspect ratio than Z10. Let's clear the browsing history as well as the cookies and data so that we can be sure of that there is no previous cached data available on the device and we can compare the speed properly. iPhone is done, so Z10 is also done. Let's first open the verge.com on both of these devices at the same time. This will be the mobile version of the Verge website. As you can see, the Z10 started immediately and finished before iPhone 5, actually much earlier than an iPhone 5. iPhone 5 still loading. So finally iPhone is done as well. You can see a slightly different color tone here. The Z10 is looking a little more warmer as compared to an iPhone 5. Let's open the full website. The scrolling is looking good on both of them. This iMore logo or picture is different on both of them. Let's open the full website. Again, the Z10 started earlier than iPhone 5, and the page, you can see the page, the contents, it's done much earlier than iPhone 5. Again, iPhone 5 still loading and it's done now. Again, Z10 did open this site much earlier than iPhone 5. Let's play this video. iPhone 5 is taking 2 steps play as compared to 1 step play on Z10. That's the reason why Z10 started the video. earlier because it requires only one tab. However, iPhone required the two tabs. Let me show you that both of them are connected to same Wi-Fi. I forget to show you this earlier. Let me show it now. Yeah, as you can see, both of them are using the same Wi-Fi hotspot, and the speed difference is only because of their browser and the OS. It has nothing to do with the internet speed because both using the same internet. Now let's check out the scrolling on this web page. iPhone 5 slightly stutter on this one because the way this page is rendered, the images come as you start scrolling. They don't come early, although they have been downloaded already, but they come up on the browser when you start scrolling. That's why there was slightly stutter. That's how this page is made. Similarly, you can see the images are loading now as you scroll on Z10 as well. But once they are loaded, it's smooth scrolling on both of these devices. There are some areas on this page where the scrolling does not work, as you can see on iPhone 5 and both on Z10. Now let's test the pinch to zoom on both of them. Both have very good pinch to zoom. However, it appears that iPhone 5 is clearing the text slightly earlier than Z10, and also the zoom, the level of zoom is much more on iPhone 5 as compared to Z10. Now let's open CNN.com on both of these devices and let's see which one is faster. This time both of them actually uh, finished at the same time. iPhone 5 started faster than Z10, but at the end I think both of them finished at same time, or probably iPhone 5 was slightly finished earlier. Let's go to the full website, and again Z10 is loading it faster and it finished faster. iPhone 5 still loading, as you can see the wheel scrolling at the top. Now it's done. iPhone 5 is done now, but Z10 has already loaded this page. Let's open WWE.com on both of these devices and let's see which one loaded faster. Again, Z10 started faster, or you can say earlier, than iPhone 5, and it's almost done, whereas iPhone 5 is still not able to show the contents. Now it's started to show the contents. Z10 has won again. iPhone 5 still loading the website. Now it's done. Again, Z10 was much faster than iPhone 5 while opening this website. The good thing about Z10 is it has built-in flash support as well. The animation, however, looks slightly smoother on iPhone 5. As you can see, this top panel scrolling, it looks slightly smoother on iPhone 5 as compared to Z10. Let's open the English version of this website. And now both these devices gonna open a new tab, and there will be a difference. Let me tell you what's that. You see that the tab, it has opened in the background the Z10, whereas in iPhone 5 it has clearly show that it is opening a new tab. I will prefer the way Z10 handled the new tab, because it was more seamless. iPhone 5 still loading the website. As you can see, the scroll wheel on the top. Z10 on the other hand was done earlier than iPhone 5, and was showing a pop-up ad as well. And the scrolling is smooth on both of these devices, and the pinch to zoom is also excellent on both of these devices. The performance is great on both of them. However, the browsing speed looks much faster on Z10 as compared to an iPhone 5. Let's check the double tap to zoom in on both of these devices, and as you can see, both were pretty instantaneous. Let's load fox.com, and once again Z10 response was instantaneous, and it started loading that website immediately, and it's well ahead of iPhone 5 at this stage. Yeah, once again Z10 is almost done. Yeah, it has finished loading much earlier. Let's double tap zoom. Again, the response is instantaneous on both of these devices and very similar to each other. Let's check the browsing speed in different way. This is the mobile version of the YouTube, and I'm going to launch a video at the same time. Although I launched the video slightly later on Z10, however Z10 load the video earlier than iPhone 5.
Samsung Galaxy S3 major contenders here. Next Samsung Galaxy Nexus, slightly different Galaxy S3 and the LG they all come in at slightly different price points and are all available on different carriers. They're basically very different devices in a lot of ways, but yet there is a lot similar between them as well. So this video is here to help you make your decision, but yet there is a lot similar between them as well. So this video is here to help you make your decision with which one Nexus 4 here on the right hand side is with none other than
you can see here in this clip the color looks more vivid on Z10 than iPhone 5. It's totally your preference which one you like.
We're going to start off on the outside of these devices with the hardware, and this is a comparison for those of you 5 megapixel camera on the Galaxy Nexus and an 8 megapixel on the Nexus 4, and this is definitely an upgrade. You can definitely see a difference in image quality. I would compare the Nexus 4 and this is something like the Galaxy S3 in terms of image quality. So it's pretty much up there with the best of the 8 megapixel Galaxy S3 in terms of image quality.
Let's try another video just to make sure that Z10 is actually faster. As you can see, as soon as I hit play, it started playing.
Hey everyone, this is Tony from BucketNow.com. Welcome to the special announcement episode. This is not BucketNow Live, but it's as close as it gets. First of all, a disclaimer. We wanted this to be a hangout, but unfortunately it airs live on our YouTube channel, and we wanted this to be live on Monday, so we're recording on Skype. If you see some lag and audio delay, we're sorry for that. I am recording on Skype, managing editor of BucketNow.com, and I'm joined today by Brandon Miniman, I am editor-in-chief, managing editor of BucketNow, and Jaime Rivera, multimedia manager.
Hello everyone.
Michael Fisher.
Let's try another video.
How goes it, Danger fans? It's me, the
Again,
Cool Loser
Z10 was
in the flesh.
instantaneous.
How goes it, Danger fans? It's me, the Cool Loser in the flesh. I'm gonna start appearing more.
Let's try some benchmarks. The first one is HTML5 benchmark, and Z10 score 485 on HTML5 benchmark. I think I have opened a wrong website on iPhone 5. Let me go back and open the correct one. Yeah, that was the wrong website. That's the correct website. And iPhone 5 scores 386 on HTML5 test. And you can see the Z10 is the clear winner here. And it has actually scored better in many areas. Video, it scores more. No wonder YouTube works much better on Z10. Yeah, almost all the areas it scores better than iPhone 5. It is important to see that for web applications, Z10 scores better than iPhone, and as well as for security, it scores better than iPhone 5. So for this test, Z10 beats iPhone 5 very easily. Let's try the Rightware browser Mark 2 on both of these devices. Let's select the server and launch the test. This test is actually kind of long, so I'm gonna skip most of the video, and I will jump straight to the results of both of these devices. It looks that Z10 has already started running the benchmark, however iPhone is falling behind. It looks that iPhone 5 is stuck at this moment. It's not able to run the test at this moment. Z10 has finished the test, whereas iPhone 5 still stuck at the start. So Z10 score 2265 on this test, which is a good score. So finally I have managed to able to run this test on iPhone 5 by closing the browser and opening this website again and starting the test. Somehow it got stuck previously, but now it's working fine. So finally iPhone 5 is done, and let's see what's the score. iPhone 5 has scored 2396, which is very impressive score on this benchmark. Actually I have seen Z score scoring similar scores on this benchmark, but this time it scored 2265. On the other hand, I have actually seen iPhone 5 scoring to 2450 range, so iPhone 5 has slightly edge on Rightware browser mark. So let's try now the SunSpider JavaScript benchmark, and let's see who scores better on this benchmark. I have skipped the video to make this video short. Let's zoom in. iPhone 5 has scored 945 and Z10 has scored 1566. So iPhone has clearly scored better on this test, because in this test the lower is a better score and iPhone 5 score is much lower than Z10 score here. However, in real-time tests that we have conducted earlier, Z10 browser is much faster than iPhone 5, and the website's not only opening better, and also the experience and everything was great. On the other hand, iPhone 5 also provide a great experience, and it was not much behind Z10, although it was slightly slower, but still the difference was not too much, which does not hamper the good experience on iPhone 5 as well. Once again, on ESPN website, Z10 wins and it load this website much earlier than iPhone 5. So on every test, the real world test where you are browsing, Z10 actually is going to load your websites much earlier than iPhone 5. Sometimes it will be much earlier, sometimes the difference will be very small, and overall Z10 appears to be a much faster browser than Safari on iPhone 5. The Z10 screen is also bigger, so it will fit more contents, and also it doesn't have any status bar at the top, so it will fit more contents on the screen, and it's more readable. And also the width of the screen, the aspect ratio of the Z10 is different from iPhone 5. iPhone 5 is narrower than Z10, and it does not fit as much contents as the Z10 fits in its 4.2-inch screen with slightly wider screen, as well as the no status bar at the top. Now let's look at some of the features of the browsers. You can see that there is a reader button on iPhone 5 to read the website which has smaller fonts, but you can also do the same on Z10 as well. So both has the readers, and you can set the size of the font on both of them, and you can also share the article with your friends on Facebook and other places. Z10 will be able to show the websites in reader mode where iPhone 5 actually fails to bring the reader mode. As you can see on this website, there is no reader button on iPhone 5, whereas Z10 can actually show the website into a reader mode, which is much more easier to read. On the other hand, iPhone 5 has a different set of advantage. Some of the websites, like this website of CNET, is specifically made for iOS devices, and the mobile version of CNET is not as colorful with pictures and properly aligned as on iPhone 5, because this page is clearly designed for iOS devices, and the mobile version is not as good as iOS devices. Let's open Amazon.com, and again Z10 load the website earlier than iPhone 5. This is not a content rich website, just simple website, and again Z10 win here. iPhone 5 still loading the website, and it's done now. As you can see, on almost all of these real world tests, iPhone was beaten by Z10. Z10 browser was much faster than Safari on iPhone 5. Now let's compare some of the features of both of the browsers. If I go into the settings, I can see the search engine, the Adobe Flash support as well, and you can change the font size also, which is very nice, and you can see that change the text encoding also, and also you can see the it can automatically clear the history, and I can turn on the private browsing. It blocks the pop-ups and things like that. It has site permissions as well, and this you can see the desktop mode. This is very handy feature, and I can turn on and off the desktop mode anytime I want. The download has a dedicated button on this settings menu, and add to home screen is also available, just like it's available on iOS devices here. This menu is pretty similar. We have the reader, and we have the bookmarks on both of them, and Z10 has some additional features which I will let you know in a while, like this find on page. It's not available on iOS devices, whereas you can search anything on the web page on Z10. There are limited sharing options on iPhone 5, whereas there are so many options available on Z10. And as you install more applications, you will get more sharing options. It's not a limited set of sharing options as you can see on iOS. Let's go into the settings. Again, it's similar to what we have seen on both the Z10 and iPhone 5. All three search engines are available on both of these devices, and it shows that open links in new page. The settings are very much similar to what we have seen on Z10. It has also web inspector. Z10 also has web inspector. Z10 actually has a few additional features than iPhone 5 browser. Let me show you what those additional features are. First is the find on page, and then the desktop mode, and also it has some additional features, like in display you can change the font and the text encoding if you want, and also the Adobe Flash is available on Z10. There is no Adobe Flash on iPhone 5. And also you can set the startup page any way you like, whereas on iPhone 5 you don't have this option available. So guys, this was a quick comparison between these two devices as far as the browsing is concerned, and I have tried to show the real picture, unbiased picture. I hope that you have liked the video. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.